The time has come. Well. This is Dolphignition. And yes, even against this team, I'm going in with this hate week, confident that we'll get this W. Before I start, though, I will give respect where respect is due. In the last 5 seasons before you collected your Lombardi, the Kingdom always found ways to make it to the playoffs, whether it was Alex Smith or whoever quarterback. That was until you dug up a diamond in the rough, a quarterback quite a lot of other teams could have grabbed. But you rolled that 7, you landed on Boardwalk, and got the 400 ready to pay and own that. And then came Super Bowl win, being the Park Place you collected, and boom! Monopoly is complete as you set the new record deal for the Red Ranger. And if the Red Ranger is not enough, then there's Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends in the game, and Tyreek Hill, a player that, while may lack in clean baggage, certainly makes up for in being a fantastic wide receiver. Just when you thought the AFC West wasn't suffering enough, they go ahead and grab Le'Veon Bell. Let's also not forget us giving you Damian Williams and you putting him to great use. There's also Sammy Watkins, Tyrann Mathieu, and Chris Jones. So this offense is pretty much complete to take you anywhere. However, while we don't have any men in offense on top 5, Mike Gesicki and Preston Williams on our team have both been consistent with their catches and their yards. On top of everything, here's reason number 1 why I think we're going to get this W. You guys are former recent Super Bowl contenders, a type of team we Dolphins know how to collect wins against. It happened with the Eagles, it happened with the Rams, it happened with the Patriots, and considering we're your last team in the AFC East on your schedule, and you've defeated the other 3, we Dolphins are now our last defense in defending our division from getting swept by anyone, including the dynamic Chiefs. Even if it is, including former champions that are currently on a roll this season. But now, let's talk about defensive comparisons. I'm done with offense. See, while the Kingdom has their cannons crafted beautifully and their men with their arrows positioned at the perfect formations on the rooks of their castles, their castle walls are crafted by Bob Sutton. Even though you're still 11 wins and 1 loss, I've been hearing some of the members of the Chiefs Kingdom still not feeling confident about that defense. And that's where argument number 2 on why I feel this Dolphins will bring over to the Royal Highness of the Chiefs Kingdom loss number 2. See, we got Christian Wilkins, a stud we picked up 2 draft picks ago that has shown the world that big guys can take the game into the palm of their hands and touchdowns in the most finesse way possible last week. There's also Nick Needham, who has been balling every now and then to where I always say when he does fantastic again and again and again, this is why we need him. And then, of course, Kyle Van Noy, Jeremy Baker, Andrew Van fucking Ginkel, Emmanuel Ogbah, Eric Rowe. And last but not least, Xavier Howard, number 1 in the league on interceptions. Compared to your defense that's been shaky and somewhat ways getting away with murder, don't be too shocked when our unattractive rush game starts to click together this game. Make no mistake, Myles Gaskin is a transformer. He's more than meets the eye. But I'm not stopping there for reasons explained on why we'll win. Because another reason about this team is that there will be no room. See, unlike your previous opponents, this team, there's no room for mistakes when playing against us. Because we have Jason Sanders, number 2 in the league in kicking field goals. So when you play against us, the Chiefs better not make... So when you play against us, let me rephrase that, you better hope the Chiefs don't make us go into field goal range. Because if there's one thing we've all learned about our win against the Cardinals, is that kickers matter. Zane Gonzalez. And last, but certainly not least, is reason number 4. The Patriots, we can both agree that the Patriots just aren't the same. And the reason being is because the successful system that got them successful last decade split up like the gang in Scooby-Doo. Except while Matt Patricia found the ghost, Brian Flores found the secret treasure. And if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he the defensive coordinator when the Patriots won the AFC Championship at your house? Well, I'm here to make sure you haven't forgotten that he's now our head coach. He'll read Bob Sutton like Bobby Fischer to Donald Byrne in the game of the century. And he'll certainly do it again. Now, in earlier videos, I've joked saying that the Chiefs ought to give us a free win because we kind of helped pave the way for you guys to make it to us hosting the Super Bowl for you all and making sure the quarterback got MVP instead of former Dolphins player Damian Williams. But it seems clear as day, with the Steelers still undefeated and the Chiefs hungry for that number 1 spot again, winning games in big differences, something tells me that's just not going to be the case. So, I guess in order for us to ensure that we make that wild card spot now that we're at the start of the hardest part of our journey, since after this game is a rematch against the Patriots, followed by the Raiders, a team that's competing for the wild card spot as well. So, Ash Raider, if you're watching this, get your hate week ready for me. And then finally, the Bills. It's up to us to take it. My fellow Dolphins, listen up and hear me out. There are still people out there that still doubt us and still consider us Lolfins, 313 Hitman and Saints Uptown, still not real. But I've said it, I've preached it, I've repeated it before, and I'll repeat it again. This is the new Miami Dolphins. This ain't the Dolphins of last decade. We're still the little engine that could, can, and will beat the Chiefs this Sunday. Now don't get me wrong. Even though this is a hate week, I have mad respect for Kansas City, picking up the perfect set for their team and ending their 50-year drought of no Lombardi. And I get this feeling that we might even have a longer drought somewhere in the future when we collect Lombardi number 3 after they possibly collect Lombardi number 4. But that's the predicted future. That's the predicted future and the past talking. In order to make a statement, it all starts making an impact on the present. Dolphin haters can doubt and hate all they want, but they all know deep inside that we have the potential to beat them. I've mentioned before how our assistance in defeating the Patriots easing their road was like Lafayette with George Washington. But now the time has come for Lafayette to battle George Washington. This is David and Goliath. This is all or something if we do good the next 3 games. If we get this win, all the doubters of this new Dolphins team that will compete this decade will start to shut the fuck up. If we get this win, our path to the wild card could turn into snatching the Bills' destiny in becoming the top seed of the AFC East. If we get this win, then my victory lap will be this channel's 50th video. Or maybe not, considering I am thinking about taking down the live stream of the Alabama LSU game between Tua and Burrows. I haven't really said much as much as I should during that, but regardless, the point is, I smell a victory. I smell sweet, sweet victory occurring on the 13th of December. So to Chief Urag, Casey Kid 1992, DeQuavis, and Zay, and the rest of the kingdom, a tidal wave is coming. Let's see if your castle can hold its ground. This is Dolphignition. Whether we win or lose, it's always and forever till the day I die, fins up. And that's all I have to say. Go Dolphins. Let's get this W. Let's shock the world. Let's get that wild card spot. And let's prepare for the playoffs.